We got another tasty matchup tonight. Lots of intrigue always, it seems to be, this season. Two teams with the same amount of points, the Seacombe Tigers versus the new team, the Hills Heat, in a big match tonight.
Certainly going to be one of those matches, I think, Eric, without fail. And tonight I've been told that once these two matches tonight have been completed, every team will have played each other at least once, which is... some have played them twice, but never mind. That's how it goes.
Which means we've seen everybody play each other. We know who the teams are and how things are going. And this season is looking tighter than it's been in quite a while. We've got a few teams at a logjam. Two of the teams tonight, both on 9 points. The winner of this game will move into first place, albeit temporarily. It's exciting.
It's exciting, and it's a big game to win, isn't it, really? If you move in the first place, doesn't matter how long you stay there. The idea is to stay there at the end,
whichever one I'm feeling like.
Season, but
I'm open to clubs.
Get there, and it gives the girls a lot of hope and go from there.
Seacombe coming off a loss to Port Adelaide, who broke a 610-day losing streak to the Tigers. But they welcome a new addition to the squad tonight, an American girl. She's over here working for the baseball team. It turns out she can swing it as well. Brianna Alter, welcome to the side for Seacombe.
Whereabouts in America she come from?
Texas, y'all.
From Texas, oh, y'all.
Yeah.
The big state where everything is big. Well, I've seen Brianna. She's not that big.
She's not that big, but she's hoping to make a huge impact for the Tigers sizers.
We look forward to seeing her in action.
Meanwhile, the Hills, they played 2 less games. They can really get some distance between themselves and the trailing Tigers with a win tonight. So there's a lot on the line. We hope you sit back, enjoy it, and hello, good evening, good night to anybody around the world. It's softball time.
Coming on a fantastic diving catch. Are you kidding me? Swing and a miss. No hitter. No hitter.
There's a look at Amber Hood, a former player with the Seacombe Tigers, but now here with the Hills, and she's had a great year returning back to really where it all started for her up in the Hills. So good to see her back at home in the Hills with a team in the competition, and they are lighting it up right now. A win puts them outright first place with a game in hand.
Yes, and it's a cracking night here, Eric, isn't it? At West Beach, Diamond Sports Park, the home of softball headquarters.
We'll get the lineups ready for you in a second here as the pitcher Talia La Rosa for the Hills delivers a first pitch ball to Jenny Dunn. Jenny Dunn, resume speaks for herself, a pretty talented player, and she's been one of the mainstays on this Seacombe Tigers team.
Certainly.
And she's going to hit this hard to start the game right towards center field. It drops in before Hopkins in the outfield, and Jenny Dunn, as you would hope, gets a lead-off hit swinging. Now, I was near the Seacombe dugout before the game, and assistant coach James Harris was giving him a big pump-up speech before, saying, let's attack them, let's swing at strikes early, let's put pressure on the defense, and let's not sit back. So we'll see if that lays true today.
Good way to go, isn't it, if it works? And at this stage, one batter after one batter, it is working.
It is. 1 for 1 so far. Steph Hull in at the dish right now, Lee. And when we get a chance, we'll get you to take us through the Seacombe lineups. As La Rosa has this grounded over towards first. I looked like it was going foul, and it is called foul.
Yes, plate umpire Neville Lawrence tonight, he was just a bit unsighted by the catcher standing up, watching the ball, and so he got assistance from his first base umpire, Steve Wallace-Yarrow.
So Steph,
and I'll go around the Seacombe lineup very shortly.
And this is hit over towards right field, and it's back-to-back hits for the Tigers, something they struggled to do last game. Jenny Dunn stretches it into the third, and she is safe. Now that's a nice piece of hitting right there from Steph Hull, who's off to a tremendous start this year, batting .368. She gets in there with a double. They tried to put some pressure, just like you said, on on the base pass, and Jenny Dunn slides in there into third safely.
Steph Hull was warranting her place batting number 2, obviously by that. Just going around the field for the Hills Heat, the battery is Talia LaRosa to Amber Hood, and on the lines it's Pepper Atkins at first, Danny Perez at third. The shortstop is Kim Cutting. Alex Mackie plays at second. The outfield from left to right, Michelle Davis, Emily Hopkins, and Abby Ballard.
And Alice Prokopik up to bat right now. She got up to a bit of a hot start to start this season. She's cooled off the last couple games, but just a couple swings puts that average right back up. She's a much-needed addition to the lineup after missing the last game. And this is coming right back towards us, Lee. We're just avoiding mayhem. I don't know if that got caught on camera or not, but Alice trying to take us out. Classic Alice.
A message to the batter, Alice Prokopik. We're on your side.
We are on Alice's side. Team Alice for sure. So Alice up to bat now. Jess Maslin, Maddie Rocher, Brianna Alter, the newcomer, Cara Schultz, Jade Peterson, and Lena Bruggeman line up for the order for the Tigers. And Alice watches that one come in there just outside. Now, Amber Hood, the catcher, how does she go about calling a game? A rising young star for sure.
Yes, she certainly is, and I do believe she's in the Stars team, though I haven't seen the official list. So that's fantastic for a young player, young catcher up and coming. How much she gets to catch will probably depend on situations, but the experience will be invaluable for her.
And she really is an up-and-coming rising star. She does it behind the plate defensively. She does it at the bat. She really does it all. And this is grounded over towards short. It's bobbled a little bit, and it's going to be a throw at the plate. Jenny Dunn slides in there safe. Jenny Dunn with some excellent base running at her turn here in the first inning, and the Tigers. Bang, bang play, but Jenny Dunn gets in there, so 3 straight hits to lead off the game here. We'll see if that was ruled a hit or an error after Kim Cutting bobbled it just a little bit. It was a hard-hit ball, though.
Yep, and now danger time.
And here's the replay once again. Or you see Cutting, yeah, it was hard hit. She threw it down back to first, back to home to try to get the out after that slight little bobble. I don't know if that'll be scored a root error or not. I think it might have been a hit. We'll call it a hit for our purposes there. Get Alice another notch up the batting average for now until the official one comes out later.
And we can always change it.
Now this woman is a threat every time she touches the bat here. Jess Maslin, she's hit a home run the last time we called a Seacombe game. No, 2 times ago. But that scores a run on the double steal. Steph Hull touches the plate. Alice Prokopik putting pressure on them with a stolen base, and that scores another run.
And Kim Cutting was in good position there, but the throw from Amber was just a little bit wide, and it took time to bring the ball around for the tag.
Well, the Tigers talked about getting aggressive early, and they've certainly done that. No outs, runner in scoring position, and it's already 2-0 coming after it.
And it's paying off, isn't it, really?
So Jess Maslin, though, it's a still night. She might be able to hit it pretty good if she gets the pitch she wants. She's done it before.
She did it with a 3-run homer just a couple of weeks ago now. It was a long shot. We've had 3 homers just lately. Carly Allen on Saturday put one over. I don't think I've seen Carly put one over before. West Torrens
and this is hit hard. It's going towards right field. Should be playable, and it is caught by Abby Ballard in right field. Alice Prokopik will stay put at second, and that's the first out.
First out, 2 to go, and it's the centre fielder tonight who's been playing at third because Cara Schultz obviously has been in America. So it's Maddie Rocher.
Maddie Rocher starting the season off, batting .524 with an on-base percentage of .760. That's the top of this team right here. She's among the leaders in hits. She leads the league in hits, actually, which is fantastic to see such a young player do so well.
Certainly is, Eric, and she's a under-19 player for this year, for next January, for the Nationals, and she's certainly given the opportunity at A grade. She certainly hasn't let anybody down.
This is her second regular season here. She was playing quite regularly last year, And this is good to see just that development of the players. It's what you need from them to take the next step.
Yeah, certainly. She's been paying attention and obviously learned a lot.
So Maddie Rocher swings at this one. Going to be a play across the diamond, and it's Perez to Adkins for the out. Alice Prokopek goes to third, so she will go down 5-3. And now's the first at-bat from Brianna Alter, making her first appearance in this A-grade competition after trialing with the team last night. She's over here from the United States, working for the Adelaide Bite Baseball Club, and she's going to play some softball while she's at it too.
Fantastic, isn't it? So she can mix the both, and I'm sure it'll be a wonderful experience for her.
I talked to her before the game. She said she was nervous, and she hasn't played at this level in a couple years now. She's only 22, but she did play Div 3 in the United States.
Okay.
And she watches that go for a strike.
Well, I remember Vicky McFarlane saying that she was very nervous before her first game, and she's come on in 2 matches, leaps and bounds, Vicky. So I'm sure Brianna will have a great time here.
So Brianna steps in, and she swings at that one. That's popped straight in the air. Should be playable. Amber Hood makes the catch. She doesn't miss too many of those. So after a hot start for the Tigers, they score 2. They go down the last 3 in order, and a runner is stranded at third, but 2-0 after the Tigers go in the first inning.
Yeah, fantastic start for them, and now Heat will want to come out and do something to reply to that, get at least 1 run, and go from there. So it'll be interesting to see how Brianna goes out. She's playing at second base.
She is
out
out
this game, so
Alice Prokopek going at first base, Brianna Alter at second, Steph Hull staying at shortstop, Cara Schultz at third, Jess Maslin catching, Jade Peterson, unbelievable pitcher, 70 strikeouts so far in the year. The outfield, left field, Jenny Dunn, center field, Maddie Rocher, and right field, Steph Kinnear. And let's take a look at how the Heat line up in their batting order.
In their batting, to provide the hitting for the Heat, too many H's there. It's Amber Hood leading off. She'll be followed in by Pippa Atkins, then Danny Perez. In the 4 spot, it's Talia LaRosa, then Emily Hopkins, Alex Mackie, Michelle Davis, Kim Cutting, and rounding off with the right fielder, Abby Ballards. But first of all, it's Hood, followed by Adkins.
Yeah, Amber Hood, we talked a little bit about her in that last inning there. She's had a fantastic start to this season, Amber Hood. She's more appearances or more putouts than anybody defensively. Plate appearances, she's tied for the most on the team as well, and she's delivering a .467 batting average, .650 on base percentage. That's pretty good, really only rivaled by her sister Georgia, who can't play on Wednesday games.
Yes, it's a fair way to come from Mount Gambier, and the girls did it last year with their mother Tanya, the head coach of this team, but it's just too big a call midweek.
They've got some pretty good players here on this side. They get on base a lot. I'm looking at it right now, and the top 6 on the stats are all on base percentages of 600 or above. So Jade Peterson, while she does strike out a lot, she also allows over a hit per inning. She also strikes out a person and a half per inning.
I guess it's keeping in front of the count, isn't it, really?
And it's an early swing here, and this is going to be move over, and Brianna Alter takes her first catch in a Tigers uniform. Talk about getting some nerves out of the way. You get your first at-bat, you make a nice play in the field, now you can breathe and just worry about playing softball. The formalities are out of the way.
That's right, but you did tell me that she had very good lateral movement, so maybe this is our first look at a Texas Ranger with the range that she's got.
Lee coming up with the goods. Now this one, a strong candidate here in Pippa Atkins for Rookie of the Year this season with the early start she's had. And she swings at that one, a nice pitch from Jade. Pippa Atkins, on base percentage of 600, she's batting .278. Great to see from another young player.
Certainly, and her and Danny Perez are really up to this standard for sure. And there's no in-betweens with Pippa. I remember seeing her coming out as a selector, independent selector, a couple of years ago for under-17s. Straight away impressed me.
And a swing and a miss, and unfortunately she falls victim to Jade Peterson, but she was not the first, and she certainly won't be the last.
No, she won't. There's 70 before them.
Strikeout number 71 on the season for Jade Peterson. I believe the next closest is something like Maddie Scott with 32 or something like that. She literally is doubling up the field.
Well, every pitcher tells a story, and this pitcher does, Peterson.
Danny Perez up to bat now. She's getting on base 40% of the time, batting .235. You really like Danny Perez, though.
Yeah, I do. It looks like a softballer. Better than that, she plays like a softballer. So
and what makes her a softballer?
Yes. Well, it's a lot of things, but.
So it's a 2-1 count. Hills, of course, a great chance for them at the quarter mark of the season after this game. I think they actually are at the quarter mark now. They can put themselves in first place with a game in hand. They've only played 6 games and a swing and a miss, and Jade just makes her miss again. What is it about Jade that makes her such a good strikeout pitcher?
Consistency. Consistency. Knows the batters, been around a long time, seen them all, seen all the big hitters, all the ones that bunt. And as you said, Eric, she gives up an average of 1 safe hit an innings, but she's can come back and get all these strikeouts. K2s last week, I think 7. Just consistent.
Well, it's 2-2 on the board right here, and there's strikeout number 2. Jade Peterson only knows how to strike batters out, and she does it again to start this one with 2 in the first inning.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing for Danny Perez then, because it was it looked to be just a flat pitch straight over the middle on 2 strikes. I'll be having a dip at that, but Danny didn't, so that's fine.
Well, an excellent 1-2-3 inning. So this was broken down really interesting to me from the Tigers coaching staff before the game. Now, they were a little frustrated. Obviously, they lost to Port Adelaide. Offensively, not much going on. A couple little defensive blunders, but they broke it down in a really nice way. An average softball game in this competition in the 90-minute format here goes for about 6 innings, which is 18 outs. Jade Peterson accounts for 9 outs just herself with the strikeouts, and she averages a put out by just a ground ball to the pitcher, which means Jade accounts for 10 of the 18 outs. All the Seacombe defense has to do is find 8 other outs on average, and they get through the game cleanly.
Between them, that's right. That's a very excellent point.
Well, we will see how Talia La Rosa settles in. She allowed a couple runs early on, but she really did settle down after allowing a double, a single, and a single to start the game. She got Maslin, Rocher, and Alter in order. Now Cara Schultz will come in here, and another young player really making her mark on this Seacombe team. And she swings at this one, hits it hard, deep to center field, and that drops all the way near the wall. Cara Schultz rounding second, and she's going to get held up a little bit. She dives back into second, and the ball just scoots away.
On the tag, she had a cold.
And now she's out. If she wasn't out before, she's out now. Look at her here. She was running around second. It was a good hit. She got called up, and she had to go all the way back to second. She was called safe, but she's getting put back over to second. So she thought she was called out, and that's why she stepped off the bag, and then she was tagged out. That's a confusing play.
And that's where the ball broke away from the tag.
Wow, that's an interesting play. I mean, you can watch this.
Lovely hit,
how many games can you watch? You won't see this. Here's a hard hit. Great hit, and again, a first pitch swing. She just, I don't know if she, what was it? She got called off or couldn't make up her mind, had to go back into second. So Coach Radigan and Harris having a word out there with the umpires. Another look at it. Here she is coming to second.
I personally think the out will stand. That's just my own view.
So she was safe sliding back into second, but she thought she was out, so she walked off the bag and then got tagged.
I'm saying she's out. But I've been wrong before.
Not often, though.
1,800 and something, I think it was.
And she's out. So an unfortunate bounce there. Just a base running blunder by the Tigers, unfortunately.
So it was a 9-6.
Well, Jade Peterson steps in. And this is bounced down low, so Jade Peterson, she's struck out a few more times than I think she'd like this year, but she can swing it when she needs to as well.
Yep, certainly.
And it just changes the complexion of the inning. I mean, it's so different having no outs and a runner on second to having one out and nobody on. I mean, it's just relaxes you.
Yeah, stand-up double. She'll be very disappointed with that, the young girl, Cara, but she's got to forget that, put it out of her mind now, and go out again.
And that is just a bit low, so Jade Peterson doesn't have to do much here. She's got to stand there. She's got 3 balls against her. And a 4-pitch walk for Jade Peterson. The bottom of the order coming up, that's the designated player here. Lena Bruggeman making a return to the Tigers lineup. What do we know about Lena?
Terrific player for Seacombe over the years. Played many years for Seacombe. Always in the top 4 in the batting, I would have thought from memory. She can play, and she's back, and she's playing as the DP, so that'll be interesting.
Well, Seacombe have struggled with injuries this year too. A few key players unable to be in the lineup. I know they're awaiting the return of Ebony McLean, which will obviously help shore up third base and a big bat as well when she gets going. So
next week, I believe Emily said to me that Ebony said that next week it is.
Chopped over towards first. That just falls in. Jade Peterson gets to second, and falling in there with a bloop single is Lena Bruggeman. So welcome back, Miss Bruggeman. It is runners on first, runners on second, and someone you don't want to the plate.
Top
Jenny
of the
Dunn.
lineup.
Jenny Dunn, batting .370. She's got 10 hits. She's now got 11 after hitting today. She ties Maddie Rocher near the top of the ladder with most hits. Now here's something weird about Jenny though. No RBIs.
Change in the defensive lineup. It's Emily Hopkins coming in the pitch, replacing Talia.
And is Talia going to center field?
Talia would probably go to second, which she has. And the second base player, Alex Mackie, is going out to center field.
So Emily Hopkins, another Hills-born player who went back to the Hills more so than sort of transferred over. Went back to where it all started for her. She did play for Seacombe as well. So a few key losses from Seacombe that will play on this Hills team. But as Seacombe puts it, they're not, you know, they're not losses if they never really had them, in the sense that they were from the Hills, and if Hills has a team, they got to play.
That's true.
So Emily Hopkins, what kind of pitcher is she, Lee?
Emily Hopkins got a bit of toe behind her. I think I don't know if she does a lot with the ball. I haven't seen the pitch, to be honest, a lot. She would have pitched at under 17s state, I think, a little bit. But Talia's having a breather and playing in what I would consider a normal position at second base.
So it's all smiles right now for Emily Hopkins, who throws a first pitch ball. Jenny Dunn, not a first easy batter to hate.
No.
So Jenny watches this one go in for a strike. Now when there's a change of pitcher, is it tempting to change your approach at the plate?
Well, possibly. If you don't know the pitcher that's come in, it's probably worth having a look.
And this is hit right up the guts. That could score a run, or they could just be held up, but the bases are loaded. Jenny Dunn has to wait for that long-awaited first RBI of the season, but she gets hit number 12, which is going to put her right atop of the table with Steph Hull up to bat. 2
appearances at the plate for Jenny, and both hit out to center field.
Sounds about right. So Steph Hull comes in. She's having a nice year as well, batting .368. She had a hit today already. She had that double, that RBI double.
I would think one of the most improved players this season.
In what way?
All round, I think, playing at shortstop. She used to play a fair bit last year, I think, at second base, from memory, sometimes at third. But they've given her the chance to play at shortstop, and she hadn't let them down. So
it was Prokovic that had the RBI earlier, not Steph Hull, but she did score on the double steal. Steph Hull stands in there, though, 2 strikes. Emily Hopkins just got to settle down, throw a couple strikes here. She's got her on the ropes, but bases are loaded, and a big chance for Seacombe to bust down the door. This one high. Now, defensively, how do you play it when there's one out and you got bases loaded?
One at a time. Just play it one at a time. Get an out. You need to get an out first up. Bases loaded, an out.
And Steph Hull puts this towards left field. It's going back and it drops. It's going to score 1 for sure. It's going to score 2 for sure. Could it score 3? She clears them all. Steph Hull with a 3 RBI double. And the Tigers are really roaring now. It's 5-zip.
And it was interesting at the plate, Jenny Dunn was about 1 metre behind the preceding runner in Lena Bruggeman. Jenny Dunn can certainly run. Her sister and Jackie and her run in the City of the Bay every year. This year was Jackie's turn to win. Jenny usually beats her sister.
You wouldn't know it the way she raced home there. And all you can now think is, what if they didn't have that base running error? But instead it's 5-0. Alice Prokopec to the plate, 1 out. She's got a runner on second. The Seacombe Tigers are looking like a different club right now.
Certainly.
And Alice gets hit pretty hard on the ankle there. She'll walk it off. I think she's all right. Looking pretty tough going down there, Alice. She's a tough cookie, though.
Yes.
And they'll take a look at Alice and see how she's doing. She wouldn't be surprised if she gets subbed in here. But a runner on first and second for Jess Maslin.
I'm hoping it's not her foot, the foot that she uses for the accelerator in the car, because she's given me a ride home tonight. And I may have to walk if this is done. Oh no, she looks good.
So Alice is looking all right. We'll get some updates from the backfield as well too when we can. Seacombe or Port Adelaide and Glenelg playing. Both teams near the bottom right now, and can we believe it? Port Adelaide have a chance to go for consecutive wins.
Well, yes, that will be fantastic.
So it's a 5-0 game. Jess Maslin.
They've got a new pitcher tonight, the Magpies.
Fouls this one away.
Mackenzie Thompson. It's a new addition to the Magpies, Port Adelaide Magpies playing staff.
Well, Lee, if you hear of anything, we got to know. First on the scene, Lee Hull. And Jess Maslin almost takes off the head of her coach.
I tell you, the Tigers are aggressive.
Look, this is exactly what they were telling the team to do before the game. I mean, it's just a totally different approach. They were just standing there versus Port Adelaide. And good things don't always come to those who wait. They waited a little too long. Jess Maslin, though, big opportunity to extend this lead even more. 5-0 ball game. And she swings this hard right up the middle again. 1 run coming around third. Can she score? And she's going to be called safe. Throw over towards third. She's safe as well. Maslin steps into second. It's 6-zip. So Steph Hull comes around and scores. Alice Prokopec gets to third. And here's the play at the plate. And Amber Hood just could not hold on. And it is 6-0. And things are starting to balloon quickly for the Hills here.
And it's Maddie Rocha.
With a big opportunity, runner on second, runner on third. And Maddie Rocher tied.
Still 1 out.
Now second on the team in hit. She came in leading. Still leads the team in average though, although Jenny Dunn hot on her tail right now. She's got an RBI on the season.
Emily's probably thinking, I was having a reasonable time out there at centre field.
And a swing and a miss here. Maddie Rocher jumps that one a little bit early. We're on the verge of a scorer's nightmare, though.
Yes.
Only 1 out and only 2 spaces to go. Filling down the sheet here. Maddie Rocher, one of them. And this tipped. Throw over to third, and Maddie Rocher's gone. Foul tip right into the glove, and runner safe at third. So 2 outs, and Brianna Alter will step into the bag as Maddie Rocher being tossed out as the designated runner, as Jess Maslin will get ready to catch next inning. So Brianna Alter, runner on second, runner on third, 1 out, or 2 outs. And look at this, Lee. She batted as a righty on her first at-bat, and she switched it up. Switch hitter, she's on the left.
I've heard that she can switch hit, so we'll see whether she can do it with contact.
And she started to run off of that as well, too. So 2-0 count. Wearing Amber Hood's old jersey from last year.
Yes.
Number 57.
57.
And she ducks down over that one. She takes a bit of a running start out of the gate. Now, what's up with that, Lee?
Two ways of looking at it. Might try a running bunt or might just try to unsettle people.
She says
like
she's quick.
Battery.
Called a strike, but yeah, she takes a couple steps out every time of the batter's box. I haven't seen this in this competition before.
No, it's not played regularly, but I have seen it. Nationals played it. Sometimes some of my players have played it. It's.
And she's just trying to play the slap down the line, it looked like.
Yep.
So the count is now full. Emily Hopkins has worked her way back in it quite nicely. They've already scored 4 runs this inning, and the Tiggy train's rolling right now. But Brianna Alter has a chance to really, really bust down the gates here. Called time. Full count. Brianna Alter settles in. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. So Brianna Alter goes down on strikes. And that will end the side. But 4 runs called and a scorer's nightmare averted. 4 runs though.
4
it's
runs.
6-0.
And the top 3 hitters for Seacombe of both, they've been on 6 times. So when the top of your lineup gets on that many times,
and they're producing,
you know, you don't only have to do a couple of miss hits and you score runs.
So
but
we've seen 15 Seacombe batters, 3 Hills. So on the backfield, it is now a 7-4 lead for Port Adelaide. So how's this though for Glen Elg? They were struggling to score runs. Just a couple weeks ago, they were being outscored at something like 60-2 or something silly like that. And then they scored 6 runs, then they scored 4 runs, and now they've got 4 again. It's a big battle. They're getting a few hits off of this new import pitcher, but Port Adelaide, where'd this come from? Now they're scoring runs, and they're on the verge of winning back-to-back games.
It'll be an interesting night if they do.
Only about half an hour to go as well.
Coach Sims will be pumping them up.
So La Rosa, the original, Talia La Rosa, the original pitcher in this game. She'll step in for a first at-bat. Now, this is not an insurmountable lead. There's still a lot of time to work with.
Certainly.
And what do we know about Talia?
Experienced player, was an A-grade West Torrens player for many years. I've seen her hit a home run, a grand final. But that was a while ago. But she's obviously still enjoying her time playing the sport, which is great. And it's a sport that will allow you to play for X amount of years, depending on your physical attributes and your desire.
So here's the pitch, and this is hit high in the air. Moving in is Alice, and she makes the catch. She lost it a little bit, it looked like, but good job from Alice to bring that in.
Alice wasn't really in Wonderland, but she was in foul territory when she took the catch. Well handled.
Does she have a media pass to go over there, Lee?
Might have yours, Alice.
Yeah.
Eric.
But Alice has been very steady over at first base this year.
Yes. Good player, very good player in that position.
Emily Hopkins now tips this back foul. Emily Hopkins having a good season with the bat.
A strong hitter of the ball.
Batting .500, 6 hits.
Exactly. One of those hits would be nice now, right now.
And here's the pitch. And a foul tip once again.
Gets a few of those, Jade, doesn't she, when she pitches? I think it's because the pace is off the pitch. Batter's committed, and then we just get a little top edge.
Well, it looked like Maslin was setting up outside. She put that over the plate, and it was just chopped away. We've seen it a couple times where Jade, the way people have got on base, is they've gone down 0-2 a lot. And I mean a lot, because she throws a lot of strikes. But if you can just get your bat on the ball and keep fouling them and fouling them and fouling them away, you might get that one pitch. This is not the case. It's strikeout number 3 for Jade. So Alex Mackie, another former player for the Seacombe Tigers, playing against her former team for the first time. First time these teams have met all year, and it's a big one. And Mackie hits this out towards right field. This is going foul.
Fair piece of the ball then by Alex. Competent player. And like a lot of these younger players, they just improve. The more they play, they improve.
She watches that one drop a little bit outside. Now
little change up from Jade then. Doesn't throw a lot of them, just 1 or 2 or 3 a night.
And why don't you think she throws the changeup more?
Doesn't need to. Probably.
She's got 70 strikeouts. This is hit into foul territory. Good effort, though, from Kinnear chasing that down.
And I'm thinking that most of those strikeouts wouldn't have been with changeups.
Alex Mackie, she's the third out. That stands on an easy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 start here for Jade Peterson. She's got her first 5. Can she make it 6? Oh, just tip, just stays alive.
Foul tip again.
Here's the pitch. This is hit high, straight in the air, and this is just going to go foul once again. Attentive Tigers, though, on the prowl.
Getting her money's worth in the batting box, Alex.
We said this is the way to do it. You sometimes just got to keep chipping away and
persevering.
Need you, Mackie. Come on.
Here's the pitch, and she hits this right back at Jade. It goes off her glove. He scored a couple runs, only struck out once.
Oh, okay.
So something tells me if she gets on, statistically, she can score. And she's just going to put this right to Jess Maslin, who makes the final out. So it's a clean 2 innings for the Tigers, and they are looking good right now. They're up 6-0 after 2.
Yes, and not the innings the Heat wanted then, I don't think, with the bat. And the Tigers running off quickly. They want to get another piece of this action.
Well, Lee, can you take us through the mercy rules in this competition? Because it will be something we will have to talk about at some point.
Well, I think it's. I'm not sure about the big one, but I know it's 7 after 5. So come back, it's probably 10, I think, after, 10 after 3. And it's
8 after 4.
It's 15. Is it 15 after? No, that's the start. Is it? Yeah. So that's 10, but we haven't.
So it'd have to be 4 runs here. So it's not looking the most likely scenario.
But who can tell the way they're hitting the ball?
Yeah, they're going after him early, that's for sure. So Cara Schultz to the plate. She started the last inning with that big hit, the double, and then she got called out with a big swing and bunny. Oh my goodness, that sounded harsh. That came in there hard. Cara Schultz will walk to first. James Harris will take a look here, and she looks like she's okay. They got a few oohs and ahs.
Cara's having an interesting night to start with, isn't she? Oh, she's laughing now.
Jade Peterson up to bat. She walked as well. And Hopkins lowers the pitch, and this is going to be chopped over towards short. Throw across the diamond to first. There's 1 out. Cara Schultz almost gets caught off the bag again, but it's a nice play. Danny Perez across the diamond to Pippa Adkins. It is another 5-3 out. There's 1 out. Cara Schultz, though, in scoring position for Lena Bruggeman.
What a good throw that was from Danny Perez. Beautiful throw. Right height for Pippa. Big target. Didn't miss her.
Lena Bruggeman already with a hit today. She scored today. Welcome back. Cara Schultz being just aggressive off the bag there, too. Is she an aggressive runner normally?
Yes, she is. She's very aggressive runner for such a young person. Not timid at all.
And this is hit right at the middle. That's a fantastic grab, though. What a play by Kim Cutting. That was a line shot that she had to reach out and grab.
Great all-round play, wasn't it? And she was falling away then, Kim. Here we are on the replay. Look at that. Yes, alert. Threw it to second base to Talia, but Cara hadn't moved. She was down on the base.
Jenny Dunn, this is the third inning, and this is her third at-bat. She's got 2 singles.
We'll be looking to get greedy here, I think, knowing Jenny. Let's go 3 for 3.
3 hits in 3 innings?
I think so.
Why not, eh? And she's going to hit this hard, and this gets through. She's 3 for 3. Cara Schultz holds up at third. Jenny Dunn, have yourself a game.
Don't you like lead-off batters like her?
Look.
Stars player, quality player.
You can't ask for much more, and I'm sure the Stars will be hoping that she's ready and healthy to go. She got hurt as early as you can possibly get in that tournament last year, and that made a big difference because they really lost a lot of narrow games.
They certainly did, and it happened on day 1 of the tournament, so things had to make, the coach had to make changes very quickly on day 1. You don't expect to do that, especially with one of your gun outfielders.
So Jenny Dunn's batted first, and she's got 3 singles, and Steph Hull will now ground this over to short, throw to first, and that should do it. So a nice play by Kim Cutting to retire Steph Hull. No runs scored this inning. The score remains 6-0. So they finally kept them at bay here, and now as we round out the lineup for Hills, can we see if they can do anything? Lee, when your team's down 6-0, how do you have to change your approach?
Just keep working away. You can't really bunt in that situation. You just giving the Tigers an easy out, and you just get somebody on base. But I think you've just got to keep working away. Maybe the hits will come. Maybe they won't with Jade in top 4. Maybe the hits aren't going to come. They're not going to come collectively anyway in a bunch.
Well, Jade leads the competition in ERA. She allows just over, I can get it for you, Lee. She has a 1.8 ERA. In 46 innings, she's got 70 strikeouts before this game, 50 hits. She's only walked 9 batters, and 4 of them were in 1 game.
You can't argue with that.
The stats team has really upped their game. I'll tell you what. Across the board, we can't thank the scorers enough for giving us some great content and information. So Cutting to the plate. She made a couple great defensive plays last inning. She's down a strike already. And this is chopped foul for Cutting. You think they just need those first couple runners on board. I mean, Jade keeps the runners off board pretty consistently, but she sometimes does allow that 2-3 runs in an inning. She's not invincible, and if you can just change the mindset a little bit, you never know.
That's it.
And a swing and a miss. Jade Peterson. She's just getting mean now. Strikeout number 4.
She's putting on a clinic in this game so far, Eric.
Abby Ballard to the plate. She's batting .333 on the year, although she's only had 9 at-bats. But 3 hits from 9 at-bats and 3 runs. You can't complain.
No.
Lefty, what do we know about Abby Ballard?
Not much at all. She's been in and out. How many times has she played this year? Did you say how many innings?
Only 9 at-bats, 9 plate appearances.
Yeah, okay.
And Jade Peterson's ahead 0-2 pretty early on.
Could be the change-up this time, this pitch.
Nope, but she stays alive.
Sometimes when you throw the change up to the batters, say 7, 8, 9, you're asking for trouble because sometimes it's the only pitch they can hit.
Well, they want this runner on for Amber Hood and Pippa Adkins, who are due up after this batter. And this is hit hard over towards left field. Jenny Dunn moving in and makes a great diving grab. Misses reliable. Jenny Dunn. She's 3 for 3, and now she's made a great defensive play.
And quickness of foot gets her to these catches. She's taken lots of them. Replay, yes, Moving in, yeah.
It drifted on her a little, but she was in perfect position
Had
for
it
that.
covered, had it covered.
Amber Hood rather, sorry, up to bat.
Up the top of the lineup.
We'll see how they go now that they've seen Jade once through. Amber Hood.
Very good play, Amber Hood.
Little bloop over towards the second baseman last time, and a swing and a miss. She's ahead 0-2.
I think a swing at that high pitch then was only going to bring rain, I would feel. It was very high.
Not short in confidence, Miss Amber Hood, behind the plate. And not with the bat either, and why shouldn't she be confident? She's one of the best there is.
Yep.
The Hood sisters will be terrorizing this competition for a lot of years.
Certainly will be.
And she strikes out looking, strikeout number 5 for Jade Peterson. It's going to be tough to score 6 runs when Jade's going like this. We're through 3, it's 6-0.
Yes, score remains the same. Damage done early, was just unable to nibble away at that score.
Not sure if we have any updates on the backfield, but we'll let you know as soon as we get one. We've got reporters all over the place. It's a high-tech operation we've got at Softball SA, Spacequake Sports, a big team effort. A lot of volunteers going into making this all work, Lee.
Yes, we're just getting a score now, I think.
So it looks like we might have a new pitcher. Nope, I'm not too sure. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose, Lee.
Same pitcher, I believe.
Same pitcher, yeah. This is her first appearances of the year. They've only gone with Steph Stewart, Georgia Hood, and Kelly O'Brien. And Steph Stewart was awesome in her one start. She went 6 innings, had a strikeout and 3 hits, only allowed 3 hits. Georgia Hood, though, she's been fantastic. If there's someone that can challenge Jade for that strikeout title, in 22 innings, Georgia Hood has 23 strikeouts, and she's only allowed 13 hits. Allows a few more walks, but Georgia Hood is powerful, and 3 wins and no losses.
Different type of pitcher than Jade. But they've both got a lot to offer.
Alice Prokopek, Jess Maslin, and Maddie Rocher up to bat. Update on the backfield, Port Adelaide up 11-4. It might be safe to say with only 15 minutes to go, we're very close to Port Adelaide winning their second straight game and making a charge up the table.
My word.
And that would be 3 games unbeaten for them. They've gone draw, loss, draw, win, and potentially a win tonight, which would put them at 2-1-2 in their last 5.
Fantastic. And isn't it great for the competition?
I'll tell you what, at this stage, if they win this game, there would be 6 teams in the running here, and Alice Prokopek gets it done. A hit to right field. Is she out? She's called out. We'll get a look at this again. She hit this hard, but I think it was Abby Ballard that made a nice play. Here's the hit. Hit hard to right field. Alice running down the line. Ooh, very close. You see the reaction from James. But you can't change that. She's out.
Now, assistant coach Harris, so he must be happy with it. Well,
Jess Maslin, towering shot over to right field, and it's all Abby Ballard right now.
Plucking it out of the air.
Or Davis, rather.
Davis it is. Yeah.
Michelle Davis, sorry, makes the catch. Look at this, Michelle Davis moves under and makes the grab, a first pitch swing. So Maddie Rocher 0 for 2 today. It's unlike Maddie the way her season's gone.
Yeah, she's due. I've got her getting a safe hit here.
So Hopkins came in the game and she allowed a couple hits to start and a few runs, but since then she's settled down quite nicely.
Yes. Game's been just going along, hasn't it? Going along since the 6 big runs.
1-1 count. Maddie looks back. And how old would Maddie be now?
Well, she's in the under 19s, just out of 17s, I think. Probably 17, I think. Around about that figure.
1-1 count on Maddie Rocher.
She get a safe hit here, Eric. No worries. Just
that easy, eh?
I've got my pen. It won't be that easy, but...
And there you go. Lee calls it Maddie Rocher delivers. She's aboard with a single. It was only a matter of time, so runner on for Brianna Alter. So Brianna Alter going back to that left side of the left stance once again.
Yep. I'm going to persist with it, see how she goes this time.
We'll see if she does the running style again, that running slap. Is that what we're seeing?
That's what we're seeing.
So you'd expect it to go towards Danny Perez at third.
I think so. I think that's the place, but we'll see.
You would have to be careful from running out of the box though with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. And shortstop, Kim Cuttinger here's got to be very alert not to break too early, because if she breaks early worrying about the run at first, then she's going to have a gap for her to hit it in.
She got contact here. It's fouled away. It's a 2-1 count. Cara Schultz due up. She's had a nice game so far as well. So if Brianna can get on here, there could be something brewing in Tigerland once again.
Threatening, yes.
Emily Hopkins, though, has done very well for herself since coming in a tough situation. Only a couple earned runs, but they were early when she was in, and now she's settled down all right. And there's the slap hit down the line, and it is called foul. That almost seeped through.
Yeah, well, Perez was playing closer to the line than normal, and it turned out to be a good move, really, because even though it was foul, had it been in, she would have been right on top of it.
And she moved quick down the line.
Yeah. You do that from the left-handed box if you've got some wheels, if you have some wheels.
So it's a 2-2 count. And a swing and a miss, so she goes down swinging on that one. So she's 0 for 2 when batting from that side of the plate. But that ends the inning. Cara Schultz going to lead off for the third straight inning when we come back. But the Heat keep them at bay. They have a pulse.
Yes, and they've got to just keep working at it. We're up with the batter number 2, then Perez and La Rosa. So Pippa Adkins will lead us off this innings.
Seacombe up 6-0. We'll wait for the game break in the backfield. It's got to be almost over. 11-4 game at last check for Port Adelaide. Pippa Adkins, Danny Perez, and then La Rosa.
Well, I've got Pippa down for a hit here. I'm got her down for a long, hard shot here.
She certainly needs it to get something going, but she's had a good season so far. So we're in the fourth inning. We're at about the halfway point of the game, 50 minutes in. We'll see if we get 7 in or not, or if the mercy rule comes into play. Heat can determine a lot of how this goes. 6-0, and this is hit high in the air. Coming on in the outfield is Maddie Rocher, who bobbles it just a little bit, and standing on first is Pippa Adkins. That was a tough ball from Maddie Rocher all along.
It was. I'm thinking from here on the replay, has she been diving? I think she might have just about held on the bat. You're on the dirt. It's really hard.
That's sort of hit into no man's land.
Yeah,
it's tough for the shortstop and second base to get over. This is bunted. Throw over to first. Alter makes the play. Throw back to second, and they just check the out there. So Brianna Alter gets over and covers the first nicely, but the sacrifice bunt is done from Danny Perez. But Pippa Adkins is on second base and in scoring position for La Rosa. Swing and a miss.
Interesting they bunted then, Eric, chasing 6. I'm not quite sure whether I would have, but did the job. Got a runner in the scoring position, which has been few and far between.
Well, we're in the fourth inning now, and at no point has Jade Peterson gone 3 straight batters where one hasn't got a strikeout. We're at batter number 3 right now. We'll see if the streak continues.
Okay.
And this is a foul ball behind home plate. Talia La Rosa.
Foul fly 3.
Batting 250.
Okay, 250.
And she chops this back towards us once again, Lee. This is second time this has come over in our direction.
I think we need a roof over our head. Oh,
there we go. Close but no cigar. They're trying to take our heads off. That's 2 times that's happened today.
I'm certain one of us will catch it, Eric.
Talia La Rosa, 0-2 count. She hits this hard over towards right field. Is this going to drop? It's going to just drift foul.
Pepper itching the run at second. Good hit into the outfield will score her.
And this is chopped behind home plate again. Real battle going on right here at 0-2. That's 3 straight foul balls.
Not runner Adkins not getting much of a lead off, I would have thought. Still, just an observation.
Yeah, she's they're not doing anything to hold her to the bag. She could walk pretty far away. And this is hit, a rare hit by pitch. Did she stick her foot out is the question being asked by a few people around. We'll see if we can get a replay of that one. Here it is. Oh. So it looked like she kicked it out just a little bit. Either way, it's going to be a hit by pitch and a runner on first and second for Emily Hopkins. Swing and a miss. Jade's laughing it off.
I tell you what, good position for Emily Hopkins to bat here.
And this is popped in the air. Maslin dives down, makes the play. She'll check the runners, and that's the second out.
Except for that.
So Alex Mackie, who has the lone hit of the game back in the second inning, has 2 outs, but runner on first and second. There's the play. Jess Maslin, good job ripping off the cage, diving down, 2 outs.
I didn't understand that play, to be honest.
The bunt? Especially when you're down 6 runs. You know, they're not trying to crawl their way back here. They need to swing.
It wasn't a squeeze play because the runners weren't going anywhere.
So no strikeouts, though, from Jade Peterson this inning. This would be a rarity. She's got 5 on the game, though, in the 4th inning. And this is grounded over towards short. Steph Hull.
Tag is
got
made.
the tag. I wasn't too sure if she got her or not, but it was grounded over to Steph Hull. Here's the replay. She might have just got her. La Rosa, the lead runner here. Here it is. Steph Hull gets it. Might have just got her.
Well, just is good enough, isn't it?
Apologies. Well, we turn it to the 5th inning here. The mercy rule does say 7 runs after 5. A run here, and it could be curtains for Hills. They'll get another chance to respond, but we're getting pushed to the edge as well.
Is she having any? I'll clean them. Okay, I'll clean them.
Lee, thoughts on the Hills' performance, particularly in those first 2 innings?
Less than average, I think. And I'm being kind with that, I think. I was expecting a bit more batting than that. But in fairness, Peterson, you're playing against the best here that we've got this year, this stage, and what can you do? Just keep working away.
One positive, though, has been Emily Hopkins.
Yep.
Again, she came in a tough spot. She came in here in the 2nd inning. Was it in the middle of the 2nd inning? She allowed a couple runs. She got hit pretty early. She came in the 2nd inning.
Yep.
And she had a tough go in her first 5 batters and allowed 4 runs. But since then, she's started to really retire them. Hasn't allowed consecutive base hits. She's looked all right.
Yes, with still 6 though, 6 big runs.
Yeah, still 6.
0.
Certainly some positives to take away, though. And Cara Schultz having a heck of a ball game. She gets in with her second hit of the game. She's 2 for 2. She's been on base 3 times all in the last 3 innings, although she got caught off the bag a little bit in one of her at-bats, but she is 2 for 2 now on the day.
Terrific hit from a young person. So obviously the trip to the States hasn't done her any harm.
So Jade Peterson being taken off as Aaron Harris comes into the game. And on the backfield, it's a final. Port Adelaide win 11-4, so they are unbeaten in 3 straight. Now, is that the longest unbeaten streak in the competition right now? It might be.
It might be.
And this is hit over towards right field. Will it drift foul? It is a nice catch taken again from Davis. So Schultz on. And Harris is retired. So I believe this will be Lena Bruggeman back to the plate. Nope, we're going to get a pinch hit. We'll see who steps in here.
It's Sophie Kinnear.
Sophie Kinnear getting a swing. And then will come on deck Jenny Dunn, who's 3 for 3. Drop down low.
Now, Sophie's been a regular member of this A-grade team for the Tigers this year. Been playing mainly at second base. But the Texans come in, so it's probably her best position, perhaps, Brianna.
And she's played pretty well defensively, Brianna. She made a nice catch laterally. She covered, made a couple nice plays out in the field. Hasn't quite got it with the bat quite yet, but I don't think she's faced a live pitching in a while. Lena Bruggeman steps up, just fouled away. 1-1 count. Oh, sorry, Sophie Kinnear in rather than Lena Bruggeman. Here's the pitch, and this is hit hard over towards right field. Davis moves back, and this one is another great catch. She's going to throw it over to first. Cara Schultz is safe in there. She's been very busy, Michelle Davis in right field. Take a look at this one.
Been very impressive. Look at this. Knew exactly where the ball was, didn't she? Never took her eyes off it.
So 2 outs. They scored 6 early. And since then, the Seacombe have been silenced. Jenny Dunn to the plate, runner on first. She is 3 for 3. Could she go 4 for 4?
I'm thinking not this time. So one of us are going to be right here, Eric.
I'll back her.
Well, I would too.
I like my odds. And this is hit hard over towards left field. This is back and drops at the wall. Listen to her roar. Jenny's got 4, and she's going to try to leg this into a triple. It scores a run, and Jenny Dunn, 4 for 4. She has her first RBI of the year, and the Tigers are up 7.
I tell you what, it was a line ball. It looked like it was going to be caught at one stage.
That was absolutely tagged, though. Some days I think you just feel it, and this would be one of those days for Jenny Dunn.
Yes.
So Georgia Hooper into the game.
This is the 13-year-old.
13-year-old Georgia Hooper as a runner on third.
We've seen her once this year.
In a 7-zip ball game. Seacombe are quite high on Georgia Hooper. She's only 13. She's been in the lineup because of a few injuries, but an opportunity. She played really well defensively in the game that we called a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, caught everything, about 5 out there, center field.
I believe she pitches in the 17s.
And she also looks quite comfortable in the batting box.
So Georgia Hooper, we'll see how she goes today. She's had 6 plate appearances, and she's got a hit. So good to get the first one off the board for young Georgia, hopefully the first of many.
Well, there's 2 down, and we've got the gun batters coming next, Prokopek and Maslin.
And the mercy rule is 7 after 5, so they're up 7 now. Hills will get a chance to respond. Impressive performance, though, from Seacombe.
Certainly. Made some good outs to the Hills, but it's their batting. Haven't been able to produce it with a stick at the moment. They'll have another chance.
Down low. Georgia Hooper draws a walk.
Patient batting by a young person, wasn't it?
And Alice Prokopek has a chance to bring the hammer. She's been on a couple times today.
Hard hit of the ball, this girl, Eric. Will Michelle Davis be in the action again? She's had a good innings this innings.
Last couple innings. 2-0 count. And Alice does hit this hard over towards center field. Should be playable, and it is, and that ends the side. But they pushed themselves in that Mercy territory here. Just an hour and 3 minutes into the game. And if they don't score a run, the bottom three in the lineup here for the Heat could be the last three that Jade Peterson faces.
Well, Michelle Davis is going to be the first hitter off, and she's having good game defensively. So maybe if she could just get herself on base, bring in shortstop Cutting, and followed in by the left fielder now, Abby Ballard, we may see some extension to this game.
Well, it's a logjam at the top of the standings. If Seacombe can hold on, they will move all the way to the top of the standings. They'll leapfrog Hills, and they move to first. So can you imagine that in the span of a week? You go from dropping a game to a team that hadn't won in 610 days to first place.
Your season's been a bit like that so far, Eric, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a bit.
1 week, West Torrens comes under that umbrella. 1 week terrific, next week average.
A little bit up and down. Lee, look at this. We might have a doggo coming to visit us in the broadcast booth. A first, a Spacequake Sports first.
Sniffer dog, is it?
Well, Michelle Davis now here. Does this dog have a media pass, the one that's behind me right here?
Maybe he's got yours.
Maybe. Davis, who's had a great game out in right field. Multiple catches. She steps in. She's only been up once, and it was a foul ball right to Miss Maslin. And she swings and misses at this one, so no 2 count. Jade Peterson didn't have a strikeout all last inning. You'd suggest she would be due for number 6 of the day.
Due, all right. But will this girl...
And make it 6. 2 outs away.
And pitchers like Peterson in this situation love it.
Well, they went up early and just shut it down, and that's where we are so far. We've been that out away before from the Mercy, and we've seen a home run, so anything can happen. And things can get interesting. There's still a lot of time. If they can tag a couple runs on here, it's game on.
Yeah.
And a swing and a miss. She's ahead of her 0-2.
Dare I say it doesn't look likely at this stage, Eric. I don't want to be the prophet of doom.
I mean, Jade Peterson's tough to hit when she's got a lead.
Yep.
Called ball, though.
Many times in games she's gone out 3 K2s in a row. Finished the game off.
As Port Adelaide walk over here, and this is hit hard over towards short, and it's lined out to Steph Hull, so they're 1 out away from putting the Mercy down on Hills and going top. Port Adelaide, we've got Butch Sims, who just walked over here, who's all smiles. They're unbeaten in 3, Port Adelaide. And they are moving up the ladder, trying to close some gap here on Walkerville, who's in 5th. 1 game at a time, though, but we could be an out away from this one being finished.
Yes, I think so. And I think, talking about Port Adelaide Magpies, I think Coach Sims has found the magic elixir.
A big win on the backfield. I believe it was an 11-4 final. Normally we'd probably have him on for an interview, but unfortunately this could be the final out of the game.
We close at midnight.
But congratulations to Coach Sims and all of the Magpies.
Certainly.
It's exciting times. It's been a good week. But the Seacombe Tigers that they beat on Saturday are up 7-0 over Hills, and this is fouled away. Jade Peterson with 6 strikeouts looking for number 7 here. This would be number 70, strikeout number 77 if she can deliver that final blow.
It's about her average, isn't it, in the game, 7?
And I believe she's only allowed 1 hit. And this is knocked over to Brianna Alter. Throw to first, and that'll do it. A mercy victory for the Seacombe Tigers. Jade Peterson goes 1 hits over 5 innings with 6 strikeouts, and it was curtains from there. A very impressive 7-0 win, and the Tigers are top.
Certainly was, Eric. And we finished early, of course.
Time to go get an ice cream, Lee.
Ice cream. I didn't realise it was that warm, Eric, but never mind.
But certainly 2 performers stick out in your mind. That's Jade Peterson and Jenny Dunn.
Yes. Steph Howard, a good thing, got a base.
Yeah, 2 for 3. And
2 for 3.
But 4 for 4, Jenny Dunn, an excellent game.
Wow.
So the Tigers are top in the debut of Brianna Alter, who was nice and solid. She had the final out of the game as well, too, which is exciting to see. But the Tigers go to 11 points. Lee, final thoughts on the game?
Well, I think the final thoughts are it was 6-0 game, just about over, really.
In the second.
We saw that. And after 2 innings, it's hard to come back from there. And then they got a further run later on, so it was Seacombe tonight. Seacombe's game, and like you said, with Jenny Dunn leading it with the batting, and it'll be interesting to see if you interview the little girl from Texan as well.
Well, we'll go try to grab an interview with Jenny Dunn, who was 4 for 4 on the day, but the Seacombe Tigers are top. Jade Peterson pitches a 1-hitter, now with 76 strikeouts on the season, 40 more than the next closest, Maddie Scott.
And just continues on a merry way.
But we'll be back after this. Stay tuned. On behalf of everybody from Spacequake Sports, thanks for tuning in. Well, how about that? The Tigers are top. A big bounce back win today, 7-0 the final score. They got up early and they held down the fort. Now, one of the women that was dynamite all day was Jenny Dunn, 4 for 4. He had 3 singles and a triple to put them into the mercy territory. How was your approach at the plate today? How'd you feel out there?
I was pretty angry about losing last week, so just wanted to hit it and get a win.
Now, what was the message from the coaches before the game here? Because you came out very aggressive.
A bit of off-season player switchings happened, so we were pretty keen to beat them.
And the Tigers are top, and you've been part of the club for a while now. It must feel pretty good to look down at all the teams.
That's it, but it's a long season. A lot of things can happen.
Now, one of the new additions to the team was Brianna Alter. Brianna, your first game, I think you only played softball for the first time in a couple years yesterday. How did it feel out there?
I love it. I missed it so much. I haven't played since my junior year of college, so it's awesome to get out here. It's a great group of girls, so I'm excited about the season.
And you had the first out of the game and the last out of the game you were a part of too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did. That's awesome. Cool. Way to go. Yeah.
And how do you think Brianna went out there in the field?
Great. Yeah, she's going to be a great addition to our team, so we're pretty pumped to have her.
So looking forward, the Tigers sitting at 11 points. There's a couple teams behind them with a game in hand, but the Tigers for now are top. For everybody at Spacequake Sports, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you on Saturday.